The next step gets people to draw a large map of their village, including the main landmarks and locations of every household. People are often asked to stand on the spots marking their homes. Then they're asked to mark the spots where they usually defecate, using yellow-coloured powder or sand depicting feces. Lines are drawn to connect households to these spots. Facilitators then start a discussion about the amount of feces deposited in the village environment through open defecation. People are helped to calculate the weight of feces from each household, from the whole village, per day, week, month and year. The annual quantities, often adding up to tons, always surprise villagers and draws embarrassed laughter from them. Facilitators then ask, what happens to all this fecal matter? Where does it go? Discussions are continued to trace the routes of transmission, from soil and water bodies, through people working the land, washing and bathing, and through animals, into homes, utensils, clothes, and onto people's bodies, hands and feet, into food, drinking water, and finally into people's mouths. The sparking point in the CLTS process is now reached. The community members arrive at a sudden, collective realisation that due to open defecation practices, everyone is ingesting a bit of each other's faeces every day and will continue to do so unless open defecation can be stopped completely. The thought is revolting, and therein lies the seed for change. Action planning begins spontaneously. Individuals begin to come forward to commit to start building a latrine for their families the next day. How they will change practices of the whole village and how soon that might be possible begins to be hotly discussed. At this point, CLTS facilitators avoid suggesting actions or solutions. Instead, they ask questions to help community members firm up their action plan. What strategies will they use to achieve complete stoppage of open defecation and unsafe practices by all households? What specific obstacles may arise? What will they do to overcome them? By when do they plan to reach their goal? How will they monitor progress? From where can they obtain necessary information, supplies, skills, and labour? Well ignited, CLTS sparks off collective action that reduces open defecation rapidly. 100% open defecation-free status can be achieved within 2 weeks to a maximum of 2 months, depending on the size of the village. The same process is then extendable to other essential behaviour changes that yield big health improvement returns, such as hand washing with soap or safe handling of drinking water. With a little external support, CLTS has the potential to spread from village to village, rendering sub-districts and then whole districts free of open defecation within a few months to a year. Local government's understanding of the CLTS principles is crucial for giving the right kind of support to CLTS. Giving villagers free or partially subsidised latrines is not helpful, as it prevents people from choosing the kinds of latrines they really want. Instead, Local governments can provide reward or recognition to the whole village for the successful change of the community behaviour to open defecation-free total sanitation status. Public celebration of the achievement, mass media coverage and a public board proclaiming the new elevated status of the village motivates communities to maintain the improved practices. It also generates social and psychological pressures on neighbouring villages to follow suit. Open defecation-free villages have a vested interest to help neighbouring villages follow their good example, particularly when they share the same river waters and upstream villages are yet to change their practices. Natural leaders usually emerge from communities to carry the messages from one village to another. Local governments identifying, recognising and assisting such cross-village motivators in their work has paid off handsomely in the replication of CLTS in other countries. Another very important area where local government and NGOs can help is the facilitation of linkages between private sector suppliers of sanitation materials and remote villages poorly connected to markets. The government of Indonesia is committed to supporting CLTS through providing training and technical assistance to local governments interested in adopting this approach.
Ternyata kita memberikan satu perubahan paradigma untuk mendorong 100% free open defecation.
Local governments wishing to transform health, well-being and productivity of their populations through total sanitation may contact the Interministerial Working Group for Water Supply and Sanitation in Jakarta. Meeting the Millennium Development Goal targets for sanitation will need nationwide social mobilisation, collectively involving all levels of the government, the consumers, the private sector, non-government organisations and the donor agencies. CLTS provides a promising mobilisation tool for all of us working at all levels.